Maya was not the kind of woman people expected to buy a mansion. She was quiet, simple, and used to living with very little. She worked long shifts at a small grocery store where most days passed without anyone noticing her. Her life had always been about survival, saving a few dollars at a time, and hoping for something better someday. When she saw the listing for a mansion priced at $250, she thought it was a joke at first. A house that large usually belonged to rich families or famous people, not someone like her. Still, curiosity stayed in her mind, and she decided to see the place for herself. The mansion stood at the edge of a forgotten town, surrounded by tall grass and silence. People in town avoided talking about it, and when they did, their voices lowered. They said the house had been empty for years and that no one stayed for long. Some said it brought bad luck, while others said it simply reminded people of painful memories. Maya listened but did not argue, because she had learned long ago that fear often grows where truth is missing. She met the owner, a tired man who wanted nothing more than to be free of the place. He explained that taxes, repairs, and endless complaints had made the house a burden. Maya signed the papers with shaking hands, not from fear but from disbelief that something so big could belong to her. When she drove up the hill on the day she moved in, her car looked tiny next to the tall iron gate. The gate made a long sound as she pushed it open, and weeds brushed against her shoes. The mansion rose in front of her, its walls stained by rain and time, its windows dark like closed eyes. She felt small standing there, but she also felt proud. No one else wanted this place, but she did. Inside, the air was heavy with dust, and her footsteps echoed through wide halls. Old furniture sat covered with cloth, untouched for years. The ceiling was high, and sunlight slipped in through cracked curtains, painting lines on the floor. Maya moved slowly, afraid to break the silence. She explored room after room, each one larger than the last. The kitchen still had dishes in the cabinets, and the bedrooms upstairs held empty wardrobes and old lamps. It felt like the people who once lived there had left in a hurry and never returned. As the day went on, Maya opened windows to let in fresh air, trying to make the place feel alive again. She imagined cleaning the floors, fixing broken doors, and turning empty rooms into something warm. For the first time in years, she allowed herself to dream. As evening came, the house grew quieter, and shadows stretched across the walls. The wind moved through broken windows, creating soft sounds that made her pause. She reminded herself that old houses make noise, and fear would not help her. She chose a small bedroom near the stairs and placed her suitcase on the floor. Sitting there, she felt both lonely and hopeful. This mansion was falling apart, but it was hers. That night, sleep came slowly, and every sound made her eyes open. Just before morning, she heard a faint noise from below, like something shifting in the dark. Her heart raced, but she stayed still, listening carefully. Whatever waited inside the mansion was not visible yet, but it was there, and it was about to change her life in ways she could not imagine. Morning light slowly entered the mansion through tall windows and woke Maya from her light sleep. She sat up and listened carefully to the quiet around her. The strange sound from the night was gone, and the house felt still again. Maya told herself that fear grows stronger in darkness and weaker in daylight. She stood up, stretched her tired body, and decided to face the house instead of hiding from it. The air was cold, and the floor felt rough under her feet as she stepped into the hallway. Sunlight revealed details she had missed before, including faded paintings on the walls and deep marks on the wooden floor. She walked down the stairs slowly, holding the railing for support. Each step made a soft sound, but nothing else moved. The large living room looked less frightening in the morning, and dust danced gently in the light. Maya felt a small sense of control return to her. She knew that if she wanted to live here, she needed to understand every corner of the mansion. She went room by room again, this time with more attention. In one corner of the dining room, she noticed a door she had missed before. It was small compared to the others and partly hidden behind a tall shelf. The door was locked, and the handle felt cold in her hand. Maya did not force it open, but she felt a strong pull toward whatever was behind it. She stepped back and decided to explore the rest of the house first. Upstairs, she opened every bedroom window to let in fresh air. One room had children drawings on the wall, faded but still visible. Another room had shelves full of old books, their pages yellow and fragile. Maya felt like she was walking through someone else's memories. As hours passed, she cleaned small areas and gathered broken items into piles. The work kept her mind busy and helped her forget her fear. By afternoon, she was tired but proud of what she had done. She sat on the front steps and looked out over the land around the mansion. The town was visible in the distance, but it felt very far away. Maya realized she was truly alone here. That night, she cooked a simple meal using a small stove she had brought with her. She ate slowly, listening to the house settle around her. After dinner, she felt brave enough to return to the small locked door. She searched through drawers and old boxes until she found a rusty key taped inside a book. Her hands shook as she placed it into the lock. The door opened with a soft sound, revealing a narrow staircase leading downward. A cool breeze came from below, carrying a smell of earth and age. Maya hesitated, then picked up a flashlight and stepped inside. The stairs led to a hidden basement larger than she expected. The walls were lined with shelves filled with boxes and jars. Old furniture sat covered in cloth, and the floor was clean compared to the rest of the house. It was clear someone had cared about this space. Maya felt a mix of fear and curiosity as she walked deeper inside. At the far end of the basement, she found a wooden chest with strange symbols carved into it. The chest was unlocked, and inside she found stacks of letters tied with string. The letters were written by different people but all told parts of the same story. They spoke of a family who once lived in the mansion and used it as a place to help others who had nowhere to go. The house had been a shelter, a place of healing and hope. Over time, misunderstandings and rumors had pushed people away. The family left, but they hid their work and their records to protect the people they helped. Maya felt tears in her eyes as she read. The mansion was not cursed, it was forgotten. As night came again, Maya returned upstairs with a new feeling in her heart. The house no longer felt empty, it felt waiting. The sounds she heard now felt different, like echoes of the past instead of threats. Maya knew she had found something important, something that connected her to this place in a deep way. She went to sleep that night knowing her life had already begun to change, even though she did not yet understand how big that change would be. Maya woke up the next morning with a strange sense of purpose that she had never felt before. The letters she found in the basement stayed in her mind like quiet voices asking to be heard. She sat on the edge of the bed and looked around the old room, noticing how the light touched the walls differently now. The mansion no longer felt like a burden or a mystery filled with fear. It felt like a responsibility. Maya believed that places remembered kindness even when people forgot it. She decided that the house deserved to breathe again. After washing her face with cold water, she went downstairs and opened every window she could reach. Fresh air moved through the halls and pushed out the heavy smell of age. The house made gentle sounds as if responding to her effort. Maya spent the morning cleaning with new energy, wiping surfaces, moving broken furniture, and letting sunlight reach forgotten corners. While cleaning the library room, she found more hidden notes inside books. These notes spoke about meals shared, quiet nights of safety, and people who had found hope within these walls. Maya felt connected to strangers she had never met. She understood that the mansion had once been a place of comfort, not fear. By midday, someone knocked on the front gate. Maya froze for a moment, surprised that anyone would come. When she stepped outside, she saw an older man standing there, watching the house carefully. He introduced himself as Tom, a neighbor who lived far down the road. He said he noticed movement in the mansion for the first time in many years. Maya invited him inside, and he looked around with wide eyes. Tom shared stories about how his parents once spoke kindly of the mansion. He said people used to come and leave with smiles and relief. Over time, rumors changed the truth, and fear replaced memory. Maya listened quietly, knowing the letters confirmed his words. Tom told her that many in the town believed the house brought pain, but deep down they also felt shame for abandoning it. After Tom left, Maya sat alone in the living room and thought deeply. She realized that the mansion was not just her home now. It carried stories that needed light. That evening, Maya placed a small sign at the gate that said the house was open for help and rest. She did not know who would come or when, but it felt right. That night, she slept peacefully for the first time since arriving. Days passed, and slowly people began to appear. A tired woman came asking for water and rest. A young man came looking for work and guidance. Maya welcomed them carefully, offering simple meals and safe space. The mansion seemed to warm with each visitor. The walls echoed with soft voices and gentle laughter instead of silence. Maya used her savings to fix broken doors and leaking pipes. She worked harder than ever, but she felt stronger too. The house responded by standing tall despite its age. One evening, Maya returned to the basement and opened the wooden chest again. Beneath the letters, she found a notebook that appeared unfinished. The last page spoke of someone who hoped the house would one day open again with honesty and care. Maya closed the notebook and felt tears fall, not from sadness but from understanding. She realized she was continuing something meaningful. The mansion was no longer unwanted. It was becoming alive again through simple acts of kindness. Maya stood in the center of the house that night and felt a deep calm settle inside her. The change had already begun, and there was no turning back now. The mansion changed slowly but clearly as weeks turned into months, and Maya felt time move differently inside its walls. Every morning she woke with purpose and walked through the halls checking on small repairs and quiet guests. The house that once felt forgotten now carried gentle movement and soft voices. People from nearby areas began to arrive after hearing simple stories shared quietly from one person to another. Maya never asked questions that made people uncomfortable and never promised more than she could give. She offered rest, safety, food, and honest listening. The mansion responded in its own way by feeling warmer and brighter even without new paint. Sunlight seemed stronger through the windows, and the air no longer felt heavy. Maya used money earned from extra work and small donations left by visitors to fix the roof and restore broken steps. The town slowly noticed the change, and curiosity replaced fear. Some people came just to look from a distance while others gathered courage to step inside. Maya greeted them with the same calm kindness she gave everyone. One afternoon the man who sold her the mansion returned quietly. He stood at the gate watching people rest in the yard and share simple meals. When Maya saw him, she invited him in without anger. He walked through the rooms with wide eyes and regret on his face. He said he never knew the truth about the house and had believed only the rumors. Maya showed him the letters and the notebook, and he listened in silence. Before leaving he thanked her and said the mansion had finally found the right owner. As seasons changed, the mansion became known as a place of second chances. People helped each other there and left stronger than they arrived. Maya never called it a shelter or a center because to her it was simply a home. The sounds at night no longer caused fear and instead felt like peaceful reminders of lives once touched by kindness. One evening Maya sat on the front steps watching the sky turn dark and felt proud not of owning a mansion but of giving it meaning. She thought about how close she once was to a small rented room and a quiet, lonely life. Buying a $250 mansion had seemed foolish to many, but it had opened a path she never imagined. The house that no one wanted had changed everything, not because of what was hidden inside, but because of what was waiting to be restored. Maya smiled, knowing that sometimes the greatest value lies in what the world has forgotten, and sometimes one brave choice is enough to bring light back where it once lived.